The science of sleep. What happens to the brain and body when we sleep? Welcome to the channel. Today we talk about sleep. It's something we do for nearly a third of our lives, yet it remains one of the most mysterious and fascinating aspects of human biology. While we sleep, our bodies shut down seemingly, but beneath the surface, our brains and systems are hard at work. What really happens when we sleep? And why is it so essential to our survival, our memory, and even our personality? Let's start by breaking down what sleep actually is. Sleep isn't a passive state. It's a highly active process, divided into two major types, non-REM and REM sleep. Each night our brains cycle through several stages of non-REM sleep, followed by REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. Each cycle lasts around 90 minutes and repeats throughout the night, with each stage playing a distinct role in restoring and resetting the brain and body. During the first stage of non-REM sleep, your body begins to relax. Your muscles unwind, your heart rate drops, and your brain waves start to slow. It's the gateway between wakefulness and sleep, a light dozing phase. In stage 2, your body temperature drops and eye movement stops. Brain activity slows further, but it's also marked by short bursts of electrical activity called sleep spindles. These spindles are thought to play a role in memory consolidation, locking in the things you learned throughout the day. By the time you reach stages 3 and 4, you've entered deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep. This is when your body does most of its repair work. Cells regenerate, muscles and tissues recover, growth hormones are released, your immune system strengthens. It is also when your brain clears out waste through a recently discovered process called the glymphatic system, a sort of brain rinse that flushes out toxins, including proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Then comes REM sleep, the most mentally active stage. Brain waves become more similar to those seen during wakefulness. This is when most dreaming occurs. Your eyes dart back and forth beneath your closed eyelids. Your body enters a temporary paralysis, called REM atonia, preventing you from physically acting out your dreams. During REM sleep, the brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and boosts creativity. It's believed to be critical for learning and cognitive development. But what happens if we don't get enough sleep? The effects of sleep deprivation can be profound. In the short term, lack of sleep impairs attention, decision-making, and emotional regulation. After just one night of poor sleep, your brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and reasoning, becomes less active while your amygdala, the emotion center, becomes hyperactive. That's why we're more irritable, anxious, or impulsive after a rough night. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to serious health issues, weakened immunity, weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, and even a shorter lifespan. In the brain, long-term sleep loss can accelerate cognitive decline, reduce memory retention, and increase the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. So why do we even need sleep? From an evolutionary perspective, sleep might seem risky. In the wild, lying motionless for hours leaves animals vulnerable to predators. Yet every species sleeps in some form, even insects and jellyfish. This suggests sleep serves an essential, irreplaceable function. Sleep helps the brain perform critical housekeeping tasks. During sleep, neural connections are strengthened or pruned, supporting learning and memory. Emotional experiences from the day are sorted and regulated. In REM sleep, the brain replays patterns that support problem-solving and emotional healing. Sleep is also essential for hormonal regulation. While we sleep, the brain helps balance hormones that control hunger, stress, and growth. Poor sleep disrupts this balance, which is why sleep-deprived individuals often experience increased cravings and decreased metabolism. Interestingly, the sleep-wake cycle is closely regulated by circadian rhythms, your body's internal clock. This clock is influenced by light exposure and governs everything from sleep timing to hormone release. Disrupting these rhythms, such as through shift work, jet lag, or too much screen time, can throw the entire system out of balance. Technology has both helped and harmed our relationship with sleep. On one hand, Wearable sleep trackers and research tools offer insight into our patterns and quality. On the other hand, the constant glow of screens, late-night social media use, and overstimulation have all contributed to a modern epidemic of poor sleep hygiene. So, what can we do to improve our sleep? Experts recommend creating a consistent bedtime routine. Going to sleep and waking up at the same time each day helps anchor your circadian rhythm. Reducing screen time in the hour before bed, avoiding caffeine late in the day, and keeping your sleep environment cool and dark all support better rest. Mindfulness practices such as meditation and breathing exercises can also quiet the mind before bed. Understanding how deeply sleep is tied to every aspect of physical and mental health is the first step toward taking it seriously. It is not just a break from the day, it is an investment in your brain, your mood, your longevity, and your performance. In fact, leading neuroscientists now say that getting enough quality sleep is just as important as diet and exercise, and in some cases, even more so. The next time you consider pulling an all-nighter, think about what you're sacrificing. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's biology. A hidden superpower that recharges your brain, heals your body, and helps you become the best version of yourself. So tonight, don't just crash, sleep with intention. Because while you rest, your brain and body are preparing you to take on the world, one dream at a time. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay intrigued.